to my channel where we speak everybody's language. It's your girl Eumetria. So let's get right into it. Wait, I need to put some lip gloss on. Let's get into it. Today is December 31st. It is New Year's Eve 2021. And as you can see by the title of this video, it's New Year, New Me. Like, New Year, New Me, I'm doing new things. So, you know, let's just get into those things. Because as you can see, this is one of the new things. So I have a few little New Year's resolutions we're going to go through. So the first thing, and I think, well, let me backtrack. New Year's Eve resolutions, I usually don't do them because I don't be sticking to them. But I have always like written out my goals and plans that I've had for myself. So there'll be resolutions, but it just be like any time of the year. So this year I was like, okay, let's sit down today. So I sat down this morning and I thought about it and I was like, okay, what do I want, you know, coming into this new year and for myself next year to say I was able to hit these things in 2022. Like, these are things that I'm going to do. So the first thing that I want to do is I really, like, when I say really, I mean like really, like extremely want to be consistent with my responsibilities and my goals. That is just one, that's just number one. Let's just be consistent with what we want to do, girl. So that's what I really want to do. I really want to just be consistent and grow and just continue to go forward with what I'm doing. Like my YouTube channel, my new business that I started. I'll get into more details about that in my other videos. And just like my corporate job that I have, and like just learning and mastering crypto. Those are the things that I just have to hone in, be consistent with. Because I go hard, but it's like I go so hard, I burn out, and then I'll be like done with it for a while. Then I get back into it, and then it'll be like, whatever. And then I'll like beef it back up. So I just want to like be consistent, because being consistent is not always like pushing yourself so hard. Being consistent is just having, you know, a consistent basis. So that's one of the things that's on my list, and I'm gonna do that, y'all, because it ain't hard for me to be consistent, but it be hard for me to stick with what I be doing. But I'm gonna stick with this YouTube stuff because this is something that I've always wanted to do. Like, I'm doing this for myself. Like, I'm doing it, you know, because I want to show people that, hey, you can be 21 and really doing your shit. And I'm like, you can be 21 and not have like some crazy ass doing your shit. Like, I don't, like, the 21 that I imagine myself is not like how social media portrays what the new 21-year-olds really want to do. And I really want to show people that you do not have to do all that to get what you want in life, and that you can just be this person that God has given you to be, and you will flourish in that. So that's what I'm really here to do, is just like be that person, that outlet, that other resource for people that they have not, you know, seen. Because I hear that all the time. People are like, you know, you're just different. And they're like, you're very different. You're very mature for a 21-year-old. You're really planning and going forward, and you're going to be great. And I want everybody to have that same opportunity, because you can. It's not really about, everybody has potential. Everybody don't have drive though. So on here, we're going to learn how to have some drive. Okay, period. Okay, and it's just that on that. And I'm going to push myself to make sure that I do that. But I'm going to make sure that I plan it out. I'm, you know, meticulous about it. But I've always been very meticulous about my moves. Like, when I'm ready to do something, like, you ain't going to know till I'm ready for you to know. Period, as y'all can see. But yeah, that's just the top number one thing. The other thing that I want to do is I want to solo travel. I want to solo travel. I have always like wanted to just be like, I went to these countries. And I used to try to fit everybody in, because I used to be like, okay, I want people to experience this with me, or I want them, you know, I don't want to go by myself. But like at this point, as you can see clearly by this trip, where I'm at now, I can't keep giving a fuck. So I'm done giving a fuck about waiting on everybody else. I'm on my own time, and I'm gonna do that. And I've been following a lot of solo, you know, black women solo travelers, black men solo travelers, other, you know, YouTube content creators and Instagram people that are solo travelers, and I've learned a lot. And so I'm very smart about like how I move forward and how I'm gonna go into it. So next year, the Lord say the same, I'm going to travel every other month to a new city in America, because I think a lot of people don't know the beauty in America. Like, we always, talk about, like, New York City, LA, like those, high, big city, mile high cities like that. But like, I want to go to Portland, Pittsburgh. I want to go to like Oregon. I want to go to Wyoming. I want to go to Maine. I want to go to like places that people really don't know about, and also places that aren't big ass cities. So that motherfucker won't kidnap me, because gonna run up on me. You gonna get some now. Look, all right, no, don't run up on me. But that's really what I want to do. And I think it's very important to show that you can do it, because I think a lot of people do want to travel, but we be scared and we be trying to wait on other people, and then we end up not being able to go and disappointing ourselves, when we can really be like, okay, it might be different or something new, but you can definitely do it and it'll be fine, and you're going to be okay moving forward. So that's what I'm going to do, if God says the same. If not minimally 4 times next year. Like minimal. Like, that's very minimal. I traveled last year, this year, last year. At this point, I traveled, shit, like, I'd be gone every month. Damn near. Like, literally almost every month. I think from January to July, I was gone every month. And then I think I had took a break because I was literally tired of traveling, and then I got back on it, and then I was just like, yeah, I'm back on my bullshit. So that's the other thing. The next thing is, I want to push myself to make more connections in my city. Like in Austin, I just had to get there, and then I had to like get my bearings together, figure out what the freak is going on. And so now I'm like, okay, I figured out what I want to do, where I want to go. So now it's time to execute. So next year I'm like on it, because I have plans and things that I want to do, and you guys will figure out those plans like as you're going to through my YouTube channel, and as we go along on this journey together, you will start figuring those things out. That I have lots of goals and plans that I am going to hit. Now I want to hit, I'm going to hit. If it's God's plan, so that I want to hit them. But if it's God's plan, I have these things lined up, and I don't think God would give me these dreams and goals if I was not able to achieve them. So, I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's going to get done. And that's just on period. So making connections in my city, because I really want to expand my business, and just expand myself, really present myself as a brand. And that's really what I'm going to do. When you hear Eumetria, you're going to know. You're going to know the name. It's going to be something for you to remember. Going, blah. Okay, so, like, that's what I really want to do. So I want to start network marketing. I want to start, back bartending. That is something that I want to do, because I was able to meet so many people bartending that I wouldn't have met if I would have just stayed in my house and doing what I had to do. So I'm going to start back bartending. It's going to be real chill. Like, I'm trying to work 2 times a week, and that's it. Like, I ain't, like, the money is cool, but like, I'm not down bad for the money. Like, if the money's there, like, it's good to just have that extra cash. So yeah, that's that. And then the last and final thing, because I did not want to make this video too long, and I wanted to, really hurry up and get it out there on the first. I really want to follow God's plan for me. Because a lot of times I, made my own plans, and I was just like not really considering what the gifts that God had gave me and what is actually going to take me to the next level, which is actually following what He has planned for me. So I'm going to do that. And doing that means you have to live for yourself and live for God. Like, that's the only, like, I'm going to live for God and myself. And that's that. Like, I used to give a fuck so much about what other people thought of me and what I should be doing and what they think is the best thing for me, and trying to please everybody. I used to be a big ass people pleaser. I hope y'all like what I be doing, but at the end of the day, if you don't, I'm happy doing it, because clearly I put it out there. So I just want to follow what God has given me and follow the path that He has given me. And that's going to be different from how people have seen me before and how I portrayed myself before. But like, I'm not supposed to stay the same person. If you stay the same person, if you still the same person you was 5 years ago, you might need to do a little reach. If you still the same person you was, hell, a year ago, you're the same exact. At this point, you should always be elevating and going up. Praying to God you don't go down. But if you're in a better position than you was last year, you're doing the right thing. Like, even if you're not, in a great place, but you're better than where you were, That's always the goal, just to be better than what you was. So that's my goals for myself, and I pray that I just be able to like follow God's plans, and I'm able to hear her speaking to me about what I should do, and that I, you know, really speak to his people, because that's what I'm doing on here. I'm speaking to y'all are God's peoples. So I hope he gives me the right words and the right things to show, and that I'm able to have a positive impact on y'all, and that we you know, create a connection. And so that's that. Those are my 4 goals, my 4 resolutions. I didn't want to do too much. I didn't want to put too much on myself, because I have other goals and plans, but they're not necessarily New Year resolutions. These are what I want to do in this year. So with that being said, y'all stay safe and be blessed, and we out of here. And it's just that I'm like, bye.